solved, right? So this is one of those items that everyone needs to have as many as possible of, because if you're using one of these, which is our old-timey power strip, I like to call it old-timey, right? How many of these little sockets are you actually able to use when you're looking at this strip, given the way that our electronics have changed? So this is something that's called the Pivot Power. It's our flexible surge protector with 6 outlets by Quirky. It's customer top rated. We've sold over 345,000. So that's over 250,000 of these have been sold. Customer top rated. It's a feature price. We have it for you on Easy Pay. So each one, 2 easy payments of $14.99. But guess what? Actually scratch that, because we have it on a buy more and save. So that really means the first one is 2 easy payments of $14.99. The next one is cheaper. The buy more and save is going to be $5 less, which is pretty awesome, and free shipping and handling. So we're giving them away, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
We basically are. Your the color selection is going to be the white and the blue. When I said, are you used to the regular straight power strip?
Right.
Show me how this is different.
Well, this is the reason why. This has 6 outlets on it, as you can see. But as you said, as our electronics have changed, we've gotten a lot of bigger plugs, so these big chunky chargers. And if you plug them in, you're probably covering 6 outlets with only 2 plugs if you're lucky to get that in. And Jake Zion, a 20-something from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, said we can do better than that. And celebrating good old-fashioned American ingenuity, Quirky paired with Jake, and they came up with the Pivot Power, which allows you to pivot at each joint, so you can actually, of the surge protector, so you can actually fit the full capacity of plugs into a surge protector that was designed for 6. So no matter how big they are, no matter which direction they go, and you're able to actually use this to its full capacity, Rachel, and on top of it, not only the convenience and solving that problem, you're getting surge protection. Yeah, and surge protection is hugely important, certainly around here. I mean, we were just watching a hurricane, right? And what we're talking about here is that in certainly the East Coast, we have inclement weather pop up at the drop of a hat, and all of a sudden, an electrical hit will happen, and all of your electronics are vulnerable at that time. What are we seeing here? Yeah, well, you see right there the problem and the solution. The problem, what do you do when you have too many plugs that are too oddly shaped? What you do is the Pivot Power. It will mold or bend around furniture. It will allow you to fit all different size plugs. And what we're talking about, the surge protection, you know, you can get a spike during the day from nothing at all, because electric does that. I made the mistake of plugging my $1,200 laptop into a wall outlet in a building at my college where I do some volunteer work, and I fried it. And I should have known better. And now you don't have to worry about something like that, because if you have that high definition television and your Blu-ray player and your modem and your router and your stereo system, which I have in my living room, all connected to a Pivot Power, you don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to worry that you're going to have to unplug one thing to plug in another. You know, if it's your computer and you unplug it and you're not running on battery, you can lose your work. So you have the ability to have that convenience, peace of mind for protection, and also that you can fit everything and put it the way you want it, where you want it. So the great thing is that, first of all, this is knocking off a whole bunch of things. So do you have enough outlets in your home? If your answer is no, you want to have a Quirky. Do you have these outlets in your home? If your answer is yes, you need to upgrade to a Quirky, because you're probably not even using all of the outlets on your power strip. It is surge protection. So when we have all the different crazy weather that we have here, you want to protect your expensive electronics. If you're making the investment in the computers, in the cameras, in the tablets, in the games, you want to keep them, right? So this investment of, hey, 2 easy payments of $14.99 is going to get you your first Quirky. But then every one thereafter, when you're sending one address, you're going to save $5 on. This is customer top rated, and I know that we'll start running a couple of the reviews across the screen, but this is customer top rated for a reason, because it makes sense. It really does. You mentioned a couple things, Rachel. If you're using one of these older ones, these actually do wear out. The protection element is called a jewel. After a while, these old ones, it stops working in the way it's supposed to, so you do want to upgrade. And now you can upgrade not to one that's going to be inconvenient like this, but to a Pivot Power that is going to mold and bend. And the other thing you mentioned is if you don't have a lot of outlets in your house. I live in an old house. In my bedroom, there are 2 wall outlets with 2 receptacles each in remote parts of the room, usually at the, the floor level. At the place you don't need, actually. You're either climbing over the furniture or under the furniture, but not anymore, because in my bedroom, I have one of these, and it's got a 4-foot cord, so I can pull the electric out to where I need it. for my heater in the winter, for my humidifier, for my portable fan, for my charger, for my computer, for my phone, or my lamp, or my clock radio. So you can really think about all the rooms where you have all those electronics and you actually need more outlets.
Loving that, and I want to read some of the reviews on the bottom here because it says, I bought this for around my recliner to plug in all the items like computer, lamp, phone charger, etc. It works perfect and so stylish. So that's an organization function as well. I bought a number of these and have all over the house along with giving several away as gifts. This is a must-have for all homes. That, that is 5 stars. So these are customer top-rated items, and that means that those of you who have gotten it home have taken the time to come back and talk to us about it. So I know that you're going, okay, you're doing all this. Look how easy that is. So it's organization. You're moving around your chairs. You're putting it under the furniture. You're, putting it wherever you want to, out of sight. And you're using all your plugs. So all those unsightly cords that you might have in the home office or whatever, where you've got one plugged in here and all these extension cords and da-da, you put them in one Quirky because guess what? Everybody can fit. There's room for everyone. There's room for all those big, bulky, oversized plugins that we have now, and you're protected. That laptop, that Game Boy, that tablet, all those expensive things that you have plugged in, when you get that power surge, you're protected. And not all surge protectors are created equal,
No, they're not, because you have to make sure you have enough protection for the electronics you have. The other convenient thing is this little button here. This will light up when it's plugged in. It's like a little night light, which is really cool. But also, when your electronics are plugged in, even if they're not in the on mode, they're still drawing electric if they're plugged in. So you're able to save a little bit of pennies there, on your electric bill by shutting it off if you want to shut the power off to all the things plugged in.
Which is great. And the other thing is, that's a great savings. And a lot of you are taking advantage of the buy more and save $5. So this is a feature price. So first of all, that's less than our regular QVC price. That's a nice little savings. 2 months of easy pay of $14.99. That's for the first one. But then the next one is cheaper. It's going to be $24.98. And you're sending them to one address. You'll save up. I'm not even going to say save on shipping and handling because guess what? Shipping and handling is free.
That's nice.
So that's another savings of $6.22. Do you see how I worked that in?
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome. Over 250,000 of these have been sold for good reason because honestly, we all have to plug our items in. I think I read something where there are more electronics per household than there are people.
I believe
so
it.
they're like
Oh,
at least
sure.
there are like 2 electronics per person right now in the U.S. It's something really crazy. So with all those electronics, how you plugging them in and how you keeping them safe? And I know that we're spending all that money on them, but this is just consider it your insurance policy. So even if you just buy one, right, for under $30, isn't $30 worth it to protect that $600, that $1,500 TV,
Good
or
point.
whatever tablet you have, and however much you paid for that great camera or all those games for those kids?
And you're going to find you're going to want one for the bathroom. My mom has one. I have one in my bedroom. I have one in my office, one in my living room. You're going to be using them and say, oh, I could use one there. So it's great to be able to pick them up here.
Easy to pick them up here. Rob Del Cassell, thank you so much.
Good seeing you.
Customer
Thank
top rated.
you.